All right, you guys. So I'm gonna start this video. This is my boy Jabari. We both do high ticket sales. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about like how we got here, what it's like being here. We both live in Miami. We're in the same building.
Yeah.
We're making okay money right now, but we're starting to get some of the things that we've been kind of like manifesting and working for the past couple of years. So
Hell yeah,
so
bro.
yeah, we're just gonna talk about the journey here and just what it's been like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to start off. Let's just talk about how we got here, why we got here. You know, what
Mhm.
made us get an entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
So for you, bro, like why are you here? Why are you striving to be an entrepreneur in the first place too?
Yeah, man. Just to actually build something, man. Like as cliche as it sounds, like I want to make sure that I can build something for my future family. Make sure that my kids, my wife, everybody, my future family is taken care of. And I knew the only way I was really gonna be able to do that at the level that I wanted to was by creating something on my own. It wasn't gonna be working for a job, working a 9 to 5 job. No knock to anybody who wants to do that, but it just wasn't gonna be aligning with who I saw myself being. So I knew in order to get there, I was gonna have to be an entrepreneur. So that's why I'm here today. And same for you, bro. Like what got you into it?
Yeah,
Why do you push so hard with it?
yeah, nah. So I mean, in the beginning, bro, it was just like knowing that I didn't want like I had played football my entire life, and while I was playing football, like I always had goals of just being honestly being rich, you know, being well off, making a
Yeah.
lot of money and having freedom. Like not being forced to go to a job every single day.
Yeah.
You know, my mom works very, very hard and she's been working for a very long time, same with my pops. And I wanted to do a little bit more than that, you
Yeah.
know. You know, I saw both of them. They both have their master's degree, they have their bachelor's degree,
Mhm.
but they just don't have the freedom that I want for myself.
Mhm.
So that was one of the things that made me strive for just doing what we're kind of doing now.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, I want to talk about how we got here too. So
Mhm.
high ticket sales specifically, bro. What what got you into this vehicle? High
Yeah.
ticket sales.
Yeah, I've always known about high ticket sales. Just for some like context on me, I've been trying to make online money for like 2 3 years, like actively like searching, trying different things. I tried pretty much everything. I've tried e-com, tried SMMA, which SMMA was one thing that really opened my mind to like learning how to sell. Because the reason I wasn't successful with SMMA is because I couldn't sell my services. So that's why I wasn't successful with that. And I tried affiliate marketing, all these kind of business models, and it just came down to like I wanted to, because I always told myself, and I hear a lot of entrepreneurs were saying this, like learn one skill and just like lock in on that. I was like, okay, so what is that like one skill that I can learn? And got into sales. I started off doing door to door. Actually, I know I mentioned this before. Did door to door. Wasn't for me at all. In all, just wasn't something I wanted to do long term. And then I learned about high ticket sales. Now I've always known about high ticket sales, but I really dove more deeper into it. I was like, I've already tried everything else. Let me try high ticket sales. So I bought a mentorship for it, quit my job the next month before I even had an offer, and just like went balls to the wall with it. Bro, I knew I had to make it work. It was no other way.
Yep.
So just had to do it, bro.
And just to explain to you guys what high ticket sales, if you don't know what it is, high ticket sales. I mean, you can fill in the gaps if I miss
Yeah.
anything, but basically, a high ticket product is anything that's over $1,000. High ticket sales is it's typically remote. You know, selling a product to either another business or consumers
Mhm.
that is over 1K.
Yeah.
Then you talk to people, you explain the product, you handle their objections, you handle fear, and you collect a commission of the money that you make.
Yeah.
So, for example, if our product is $5,000 and you're taking 10%, that would be $500 for you.
Mhm.
Usually take like 4 to 8 calls a day. So that's what we both do. That's how we both like make a living. And
Mhm.
the reason I got into it, I also started entrepreneurship, or I started this whole online thing technically a year ago. That is when before I even made a dollar online, I was in a college classroom. I was like, I just finished playing football. I remember I was sitting in a college classroom. I was a business major,
Yeah.
but what was the class? My ethnic studies teacher was talking to me, or talking to the classroom. No one was engaged, and she was just talking about a bunch of nothing. I literally got up
Yeah,
and
you
I
told
just
us
walked
before.
out. I
Yeah,
just
you
walked
told us
out. That's
before.
how I dropped out of college.
Nah, that's actually crazy.
And I knew I was like, I was looking outside. I'm like, I want to be an entrepreneur, man. I want to be rich. I want to be a business owner, and I want to build something for my family. And this just isn't gonna cut it. So I dropped out, and that's when I just started trying out everything, you know, and I did drop shipping, trading, TikTok shop, YouTube Shorts. 7 months into the game,
I'm always in the trenches.
yeah, 7 months into it,
YouTube Shorts is crazy.
I found info products, right, which are like just information that's sold online, you know, Airbnb, arbitrage, freaking trading, drop shipping, SMMA. Like, these courses are very expensive because it's a high income skill that you're usually learning. And there's an info product, like you can build an info product agency and kind of like help creators run the back end businesses, run the back end systems for their businesses, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I figured out that high ticket closers, you know, if they were the ones closing the deals, you could make 10, 15, 20, 30K a month by just taking calls.
Yep.
So that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to get into that so I could learn how to run the business, but so I could also start making money, you
Right.
know? So that's how I got into it, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm about 7 months in now. I started in November. It's currently July.
Mm-hmm.
Just to put it in the perspective how fast you can make money, honestly, I started in November. I started November 18th. December, I made $7,000 as a setter. And January of 2025, I had my first 15K a month.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, this
So
is
it's
really
crazy.
like one of the only business models where you can get in and start making money
Immediately.
instantaneously, bro. Like,
Yep.
as a setter, bro, you can even make, you know, depending on the offer you're on, you can make 2, 3, 4, 5. Bro, it's some setters I know who are making legit 10K a month on a certain offer,
Yep.
right? But nah, bro, and that's one thing that attracted me about this business model too. Well, not even business model; it's more like a skill set.
Yeah,
I would
more
say
like a skill set.
it's not even really a business model; it's a skill set. But
Yeah.
I would say one thing that attracted me about it was, I mean, first off, it's no upfront capital, so you don't need to put a lot of money starting out. Two, it's something where you don't necessarily like own your own business, but you learn business skill sets.
Exactly.
Because you're in direct alignment of the money flowing,
Yep.
right? The money is literally flowing through you, so you literally get to learn, you know, sales, how marketing works, how the marketing funnels and helps the sales team out, how the sales team needs to help the marketing,
Yep.
all those kind of things. And I was like, you know, and you could still make a lot of money with it, right? Without even having your own business, and you know, you're still learning business skill sets. Which at this point in me and AB's life, we're both 21 years old, so learning is like literally the most important thing for us right now. Even more important than money. The money's gonna come, but the more we learn, the more we're gonna earn. And that's what I was like. I can learn and I can make money. I was like, dude, it was really a no-brainer for me to like go all in with this.
Yep. Okay. Now let's jump into so when you're starting as an entrepreneur, typically that first goal that you want to hit is 10K a month, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but for me, when I was broke, it was just like, when I make 10K a month, when I move into a high-rise apartment, and when I have like a group of guys that are also like-minded, and when I live in a city, I have everything. Just like
Bro,
that, I have everything
We
in
literally
life.
have all that.
We have all of that. And
We have all of it.
you know, it's very interesting getting to that point, because like, you're not really, when you're broke, you're not really thinking about what happens after that. You're just like,
Nah.
I want to get there, I want to get there, I want to get there. We've been there for months now,
Yeah.
right? We've been living in Miami for like 2.5 months.
2 months, yeah.
So talk to me, bro. Getting to that point, right? Moving them out, like, bro, what?
Bro,
You know what I mean?
it's
like,
it's
how
actually
is it,
crazy
bro?
because
What's that?
10K was like, bro, like if I was in my head, I was like, bro, if I could just make 10 grand a month, I'm good. If I could make 10 grand a month,
Chilling.
I'm chilling. I move out to a high rise in Miami. I'm good. I thought 10K was like all the end all be all for me. So I used to vision myself doing that, bro. And it was so hard to do it. Like, it was like, bro, am I ever gonna actually make 10K? But
Yeah.
now that I did it, bro, it's like when you get to the point where you are at 10K, it's just like a new matrix that you're in at that point.
Yo.
It's like, cause like at first I was in a 0 to 10K kind of matrix. Then I escaped that matrix, and now I'm in a different matrix with like 10 to 100K matrix. Cause we know guys who's making 6 figures a month. And when you're making 10 grand a month and you're seeing guys who make 6 figures per month, you're like, okay, I'm not doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing shit. Because at a certain point, bro, as humans, like, once we get something, it just becomes our norm. And we just kind of always looking at the next steps from there. So now that we're here, it's like, man, like, we need to do more. So our struggles and things that we're going through, it's like obviously not going from 0 to 10K, but going from how can we go from 10K to 100K? And then once we hit 100K, it's gonna be like, okay, how can we go from 100K to a million? So it's never gonna stop. It's an endless cycle. Yeah. And that's kind of what I want a lot of you guys to know, that like when you do hit that 10K, it's just gonna be another kind of matrix and rat race. Yeah. So you're never gonna actually be satisfied with the money you're making, because you're always gonna be looking ahead, if that makes sense.
Exactly. You know, I think that's something that made me realize, bro, like the importance of having a strong why, because it's like you get to 10K a month and you get all these materialistic goals that you've been dreaming of, because that's what I started doing. When I started making 10, 15K a month, I was just buying shit. I was just buying shit, bro, that I couldn't buy when I was broke. And I'm sitting here like, bro, I didn't really know what to do. I'm just like, I'm making this money, but like I didn't really have a drive to like make more. Yeah. I really had to sit down and redefine my why, bro. Yeah. Because it's like, if you don't have a reason to keep working, bro, if you want to make 10, 15, 20K a month without a job, with like going against society, it's going to take a degree of work. Yeah. And it's not easy to go from 0 to 10K a month, but it's easy to not rely on motivation, because it's like, you're fucking broke, bro. You know what I mean?
That's the motivation.
But then once you're already there, it's like, okay, wait. Yeah. The motivation kind of gone now. Like, I've been here. That's so true. Yeah. That's something that I struggled with. I'm getting that back, and I'm getting that now. Yeah. But like, how did you deal with that? Like getting the 10K a month, maybe getting a little stagnant, and like forcing yourself to strive for more. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, that's a good point, bro, because I'm actually still going through this right now, like trying to figure out what is that thing that's going to motivate me to go from being at where I'm at now, which is 10K, to getting to 100K. Because, bro, it's a different kind of why, like AB said. Like when you're broke, like you don't have anything to compare it to. You're fucking broke. Like, get to work. You know what I mean? Then you get to 10K, you're like, okay, I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? I have money in the bank. But like, what's gonna push me to want to go to 100K? And it's just, bro, like you gotta redefine your goals, man. You have to set new goals, and you have to kind of artificially create that pain within yourself, I'll say. And what I mean by that is like, you know, find things that you want, or things that you don't have, and just like, I have this, but I'm not here. Like I always tell you, this, like we're pretty much on the top floor right now, but I always look at like the buildings that are higher than us. I'm like, bro, it's people who live on the 80th floor. You know what I mean? Like, we're only on the 30th. So that's how I, like, artificially, like, create that kind of pain. Like, I need to get on the 80th floor now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by that. You just have to set new goals and set new standards for yourself at that point. And you just have to be more and more on yourself and more disciplined. It's very easy to get undisciplined when you're making 10 grand a month and you're 21 living in Miami. Like, you're like, okay, I'm good. You know what I mean? But you just have to stick to it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely facts, bro. Putting shit into perspective, bro. It's like we make 10K a month, right? It's people. I mean, we make over 10K a month, but it's like if you make 10K a month in sales, you're making a company $100,000 a month.
Exactly.
You know, like for example, it's like, I mean, today I've made a little over $500. But I know other people who, you know, make that in a few minutes. You know, I know people that are making $10,000 a day. So, and it's not sitting here and being ungrateful for what you have, but like it's just again, you enter a new matrix, bro.
Exactly.
You just like see that next step. What I want to talk about now though, man, to kind of like wrap it off, bro, is like living in Miami, bro. So like we both came. I'm from SoCal. I'm from like a small town in SoCal.
Yeah. I'm from the O.
Yeah, he's from Orlando, bro. Like we're not from major cities. So, Bart, talk to them about what it's like living out here, how much we're spending a month living out here, and just the vibes, bro. Like what it's like living in Miami.
Yeah, man.
At 21, 22 years old, bro.
You can't come out here pump faking, man. You gonna go broke. You gonna crash out,
Yeah,
and you
bro.
gonna be back at your mama crib, bro. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I've been spending the most money I've ever spent in my life over these past like 2 months. I think when we first moved in May, I spent more money in May than I spent, I think, the entire year.
Yeah.
Because when I was living with my mom, I wasn't spending no money, bro. I was just saving everything. So I spent spending hella money, but I mean that's kind of that's what we asked for by moving out here.
Yeah.
Coming out here to this lifestyle. Like we knew what it came with, right? And that's why we did it. And the reason why I did it was I wanted to challenge myself to grow. Because back home, bro, I was very stagnant, bro. I'm like, bro, making 10, 15, 20, whatever K a month. You know what I mean? Nobody around me is making that kind of money. Nobody even knew I was making that kind of money. I wasn't telling nobody what I was making because, when you tell people what you're making, you know how they get, right? But, just chilling, really just chilling, bro. Making 20K a month, just chilling. So I had to get out of that environment and challenge myself because I was just going to stay there and just eventually burn out and die as a sales rep and then just churn. So, nah, bro, but I love it out here, though. Like, I wouldn't change it. I always knew I was going to move to Miami anyway because, bro, like, who wouldn't want to live here at that point? But, nah, bro, it's great, bro. Tell them about your situation, though.
Yeah, bro. So
What happened recently?
yeah, man. So honestly, I get out here. First of all, environment is important, bro. Because I was feeling that same stagnation when I was at home. I'm making 10, 15 a month. And everyone around me my age is broke as shit. You know what I mean? Like everyone at my hometown is broke. In college, living at the crib. That's what you're really supposed to be doing at my age. But like,
Yeah.
you're broke. So it's like, I'm feeling like the big dog. I'm like, I'm making more money than everybody. I'm chilling.
Hell yeah.
So I come out here and that flips, bro. I come out here, I'm around guys my age, younger than me, that are millionaires, that are making 6 figures a month. I'm seeing crazy cars. Like everyone, it just seems like everyone around you is just more successful than you.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing though, because it forces me to, it forces you to make more money. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh shit, 10, 15, 20K a month. Like that really ain't too much, bro. So
that's nothing.
So yeah, I love it out here, bro. But what happened is I got out here, I'm spending hella money, and I started making less money because, I started making less money. Sales is a psychological game. Like we understand human psychology, but we also we have to be good in here in order to keep making money, and yeah, I just kind of in my head about things. I'm looking at the money spending. I'm not making money, and yeah, I kind of went through a period where I was like, bro, like I think I have to go back home. You know what I mean? And I was talking to Barry about this. I was talking to my other boys about this. I was talking to my mom about this. And then he said something pretty powerful to me. He was like, man, yeah, like I don't care what happens. Like I told myself I'm not going back home. I told myself I'm committing for a year. And I remember that I told myself that same thing. That when I move out, I'm not going back, and I'm committing to living in Miami for a year, because being out here, it's not about saving money. It's not about it's not about saving money. It's about the person that I'm going to become after this year.
Yeah.
It's about the growth that's taking place. I'm not stagnant. Like I'm obviously recording videos. Like I'm doing things to make more money, learning new skills, building connections with people. So yeah, that's kind of what happened, bro. But advice to anyone: environment is important. If you're young, if you're ambitious, if you want to be significant, you have to get around other people that are doing those same things. So if you're in a friend group of people that are okay with mediocrity, they're okay being comfortable, you have to separate yourself.
Bro, cut them off, bro.
Exactly.
It's better to be alone.
I was gonna say the way to do it when you're not in a city is to only consume the content of the people that are where you want to be in life, and then once you become that person, move around other people that are like that too, that are ahead of you, because
yeah,
you gotta make more money. You know what
I
I
mean?
mean?
Make more money, bro. Yeah, it's better to be alone than to be around people who's not having the same mindset as you.
It is.
I mean, I had that period too for like 2 years where I really wasn't speaking to anybody, bro. Like to be honest, I was just to myself. Friends asking me, "Are you gonna come hang out with us?" Damn, bro, are you fake? You know what I mean? You don't come outside no more, things like that. But it was just like, when it's better to be in your own headspace and just consume content that's aligned to where you want to be, than to even be involved with people who you don't want to be with, bro. So,
Exactly.
bro, I was YouTube, bro. My best friends was fucking Andrew Tate and just like YouTube videos. Alex Harmozy, like I was listening to those videos
Christ.
all day, all night, like
Yeah, something that I
every
find
day.
so insane, bro, is how similar our story is. Because it's the same as everyone in this whole entrepreneur game.
Yes, bro.
And everyone in the game of success, but especially entrepreneurship, like bro, everyone takes the same steps. 0 to 10K, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't know how long you're going to be there. It's ass. You get to 10K, it's like, okay, shit, you start buying the shit that you want. Your life starts changing a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, like, we don't know exactly what happens when you're at 50 to 100K a month, but it's like, we kind of have a good idea of how we're going to feel and what it's going to look like.
Yeah. We know people there. So
Exactly. So it's
we have
like
a good perspective of it.
yeah, that's pretty much it though, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. Any last words for the people?
Nah, man, just
What? Sorry for cutting you off. I was gonna
No,
say,
you're
what would you tell? Because I feel like we both tell our futures, our past self, like, basically just do what we're
do
doing.
the same thing. Yeah, that's what I
So
would.
what would you tell someone right now? They are beginner. They don't know shit. All they know is that they want to make money online and they're striving for that 10K a month. They have no idea what to do. What would you tell them?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not saying this just because I do sales, but just as a beginner, if you don't have any idea of what you want to do, I would say just first learn a skill set, one skill set. It doesn't even have to be sales. It can be any skill set, but I say anybody who wants to be successful should start off with sales just because it teaches you so much about business and it's also great for your self-development as a person, like who you become when you learn sales. So I would say learn sales, like I said, get into high ticket sales, become an appointment setter. It's literally the easiest thing anybody can do. All you're doing is like just talking to people and booking them on a call.
Yo.
And just learn that, bro. And it's very, very low barrier to entry as well. Like you don't need any upfront capital to actually do that. So, get into high ticket sales, learn appointment setting, just calling people up. You don't need capital and just start off with sales. Lock in on that skill set and it's just gonna open up the door for you to do so many other things. Even if you don't stick with sales. You know what I mean? Like you opening a door, opening your horizon to like what's really out there.
Exactly.
So that's what I would say, bro. Because I know a lot of people just like to say, "Oh, just get to work," right? But I'm gonna tell you like exactly what you should do. I'm saying you should get into sales and you should go be an appointment setter and just bare minimum do that. You can make money instantly, learn skill sets, and just really start setting your entrepreneur future up.
Exactly, bro. One thing that really pisses me off is when you ask an entrepreneur or someone who's
Bro, I
successful
hate that shit.
how they got successful and they say trust God and work hard.
Bro, that's so
Because
vague, bro.
That's so vague, and that's work hard on what, bro? If you work
Yeah.
hard at the gym and pray all day, you're not gonna make 10K a month. You know
Exactly,
what I mean?
bro.
Okay, so giving you something to start right now, if you were a complete beginner and you want to start making money and learn how a business is ran, first understand it's gonna take a long time. You're gonna have to be committed to working for 3 to 5 years. If you're not willing to do that, then you're gonna have to just go work a job. Like,
Don't do it.
Just don't do it.
And this is not for everybody, bro.
It's not. But
Entrepreneurship is not for everybody, bro.
what I would say, I made $7,000 my first month appointment setting. The most important thing is being on a good offer that aligns with you, getting onto a good team.
Yep.
Appointment setting is the doorstep into entrepreneurship because you learn how to run a business, you start making money, you don't have to worry about the stress that comes with being a business owner.
Yep.
And it's literally how you put your foot into the door.
Yep.
But
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
My first month appointment setting, and just some background on me, I literally bought a mentorship while I still had a 9 to 5 job, and then I quit my job and then went into high ticket sales before I made any money. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to keep working the job. I'm just quit. I'm gonna go all in. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go all in with it.
Yeah.
And in my first month appointment setting, I made 2.5K. This is my first month, no experience. You know what I mean? No high ticket sales, just fresh to the game, 2.5K, which was more than what I would have made at my 9 to 5 job anyway. So that's why I say, hey, take appointment setting up.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty much everything right there. Now, if you want to like actually learn how to do this, you know what I mean? You want to join a community that teaches you how to get into high ticket sales, that teaches you how to become an appointment setter, shoot me a DM. Obviously it costs money, but But yeah, if you want to get some help from us, then we definitely can help you. But yeah, appreciate you, my guy.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be more videos on the channel.
Hell yeah,
but yeah, all right, boys.
All right, AB
Catch you.
channel.